Yeah,
Hello.
good morning to you too. All right. How is everything? You're looking very um
I know.
you're dressed for a cocktail or something.
I look good. Yeah. I had one too many last night. Like one. I had
So
three, and it ruined me.
you had three cocktails and you slept in what you wore last night.
I'm a prince. I'm a princess in the pea. Like the pillows have to be just right. The temperature has to be just right. No one can be touching me.
How are you getting through life? Did you hear
I
that
don't
beep?
know.
Did you
Yeah,
just hear
I
a big
don't
beep?
know. Because I can't afford the precious lifestyle that I deserve.
You,
So
you you are you suggesting that like you should be like a Persian king and
yes, I
like and
love
there's
that. I'd love to be Persian. I love Persian people. I don't like seeing my back. That's weird. I'm gonna block me out.
yeah.
Like
You're
that I'm
all
recording this from my bedroom is embarrassing.
yeah, well,
You know?
I mean, look, you got to work with what you got. People start somewhere. You got lots of time.
Start somewhere at 54. Should we play that game again? Arvid was racing cars at 5 years of age,
Yeah.
and what were we doing?
Well,
Who can we do that this time?
we can do it with
Kim.
Kimi Antonelli. He's won two
Kimmy's an
races
obvious one.
back to back,
Yeah.
and he's 19 years old.
Yeah.
So
Fuck.
at 19, I was doing an extra year of high school, and I
What
had
a
like
loser.
I had two. Pardon me. I had two spares.
So you were the Wooderbin. You were the Wooderson hanging around with younger
Everyone did it.
people.
Everyone did it.
Everybody did it
At,
in shithole Ontario.
yeah, you're a little crackly. I don't know why.
Am I? What
Yeah,
is that?
it might not be you. It might just be my internet. Who knows?
What is that? You sound great.
Okay, good.
I don't know what to do. Do I start wiggling things?
No, no, it might just be connection. It might just be, Artemis traveling around the moon, sucking up extra internet beams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When I was 19, I was just losing my virginity
Okay,
to an older woman.
okay. But you weren't doing anything else, like you weren't starting a small business. You weren't
I was going to Capilano High,
okay.
aka Capilano College, before it was a university.
Hmm.
It was a selection of portable trailers in the woods in the Seymour Demonstration Forest.
Hmm.
And at the bottom of the hill was the coach house, so we'd spend most lunch hours at the Rippers.
Right. Oh, that's not there anymore, though.
No, no, we don't have
No.
strip joints. We don't have strippers. We don't have gas stations. The place is a sparkling lie.
Yeah.
We don't
Well,
have.
I mean, I bet you Kimmy Antonelli hasn't been to a strip joint.
He doesn't have to. They mainline them right to his apartment
Well,
in
we don't
Monaco.
know that. I don't know that. He seems too sweet. His
No, I
family
mean women.
seems sweet.
Women.
Yeah,
He can
I
he
get.
can just have any. He's not a loser in Gyno Row hoping for a sniff. He's fucking. He's at the top of the food chain, man. He's
Well,
dating. He's dating the women that don't have to work the pole.
oh boy, what we really stumbled on a hot topic for F1. Does Kimmy Antonelli have to or not have to go to a strip joint? This is our
I've been thinking about
pole position. Huh?
poles. Yeah, the prefrontal cortex in males,
Oh
and
yes,
how it's really late to develop.
right.
In fact, it's into your mid 20s where the front of your brain in a male finally gets up to speed.
Mid
And I want,
20s.
yeah. And I wonder if that's why, if you're a parent of males, you have to do the thinking for them because they'll want to launch themselves off of a cliff. They'll see no problem with that at all.
Right.
Uh, Whereas women, they develop faster. This part of the brain develops faster than men. But then, how does that apply to F1 drivers? When you're a teenager, Are you able to make executive decisions? Do you have some preternatural ability? Does driving a car as a child help you develop your prefrontal cortex so you can be a critical thinker?
Well, I mean, great question. I think that it probably helps them go faster, and they're probably willing to push the limit because they're not necessarily thinking
Oh,
about the
that's true.
consequences, right? But
Yeah.
then what they need, so that's why they have to have a good team around them to help them with these other decisions.
Yeah.
And like other
That makes me
like
think of when Toto said, "Yeah, we have to go back to school to learn how to use a clutch," when he was talking about the Mercedes starts. Can
right.
we talk about that yet?
Mm,
I want to
absolutely.
stick to your beautiful structure.
How Kimi Antonelli, the car's obviously good. The fact that he can drop back to sixth place or seventh place and then make his way back. Having said that, he lucked out. He did get a yellow flag, and this is something that I want to talk about, these yellow flags and all this sort of stuff. But first, they're changing the rules mid-season, JB. And this is what I want. Everyone's complaining. They're worried about Ollie Behrman's crash. Everyone's complaining. The drivers are complaining. Max is really complaining. We'll talk about that later. But like, what do you think about just changing regulations in the middle of the season?
I
All
think they
these
have
teams,
to.
you think so?
Yeah,
Like,
they're brand new regs, and there's a ton of them. Of course, some of them weren't going to work.
mhm.
Why are they waiting for mid-season? They can change them right now.
Well, they already have. They like for Japan, they changed a couple things for 130R. They basically wrecked qualifying, which is what we talked about last podcast. So
Explain that again quickly. I still didn't understand how they wrecked it.
there's like a couple things. One is they have to harvest energy, and the only way you can harvest energy around a lap is at certain corners and at certain. So then you slow down going into corners. In other words, because you only have so much energy, you can only go around a corner so fast because you're harvesting the energy.
So you downshift,
Yeah,
and
or
that
you
harvests energy towards you use the engine brakes, like the way your car feels when you're in a stick shift. When you take your foot off the gas, it slows down
yeah.
because of
I
the
mean,
way
it would
engines
be
work. So the fossil fuel engine is generating electricity that is stored in the batteries that will then be deployed in the electrical motors.
I mean, that sounds good to me. I don't really know, but this is part of the problem. They've made it so complex now that nobody really
Yeah.
knows what's going on.
Yeah.
So I think that they should change the rules too. This is where I think it sucks though. Let's say you are Mercedes, and let's say, or you are Ferrari, or you're whoever, and you've just spent millions of dollars on development, and now we're just going to change the rules.
Everybody
I
spent millions.
Yeah, but definitely these regulation changes are going to help some teams and hurt some teams.
Just like the last did. Like, what are you talking about? The last
I
regs change helped Mercedes more. This is the way
Yeah,
it
but
goes.
no, but the point is they made some rules.
Yeah.
These are the definitions of the rules. The teams did that, like they
Yeah.
followed those rules. Some teams got it right. Some teams got it wrong right now. Some teams are better with this format. So now what happens? They're changing the rules not just because someone's dominating, although maybe they are.
They're modifying rules that aren't working. What do you expect?
Yeah, of course, but I'm just saying that it's not fair to the teams that have been successful with these rules. So, like, on my head, I'm like, well, what do you do to help them? Do they get an extra? Does their salary cap go up for? You don't think so? Yeah.
No. What? Because what? It's not fair to Mercedes?
Well, no, it isn't
Hey, what's
fair.
that? What's that sound?
I don't hear anything.
Keep going.
Let's take the engine rule for Mercedes.
Yeah.
You know, the engine rule. Mercedes, they developed an engine based on the rules that were there, and they interpreted the rules in a way, call it a loophole, call it whatever, but
There, you moved your hands and it happened. No, it didn't happen. I think it's your cord. There it is. Is your microphone or the one on your earphones?
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, Jesus.
But also you're very crackly today. So I don't know what that's about.
Should I I'll plug it in again.
No, my Shure MV7 is in there, bro.
How do I sound now?
Talk
Do
some
I
more.
sound crackly?
That was fun. You
Do I
still
sound
do, yeah.
crackly? How about now? What the fuck?
Keep
I'm
talking.
not moving, but I hear that shit. I hear it sounds like a do 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 do. Do you hear that?
No, you might be picking up some signal.
Hello? 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 Now I don't hear it at all.
And you're really delayed. All your image is delayed. We got internet issues.
Should we start again?
I think we should try it again because
What if, and we've talked about this before, what if this is just us? Because this is a lower quality feed than the permanent one.
okay, you're better now.
Am I?
You're caught up. Yeah, you're caught up. Your mouth is matching your brain and your whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you see who we're? Well, let's just keep going. Now,
Okay.
this is all I'm saying. Okay, I'm going to get back to this. Mercedes interpreted the rules, built an engine, how they test it. The regulations said A, B, C, D. They interpret it this way. Doesn't break the rules, but now they have to change their engine. That's when I'm like, hey, other teams didn't do it. That's not their fault. They didn't. It's their fault.
Mercedes knows that rules get changed.
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes isn't surprised by this, but they're going to whine and complain about it because they're out ahead.
I'm not in a Mercedes, I'm not in a love affair with Mercedes by any means. All I'm suggesting is sometimes it feels like somebody's, they interpreted the rules a certain way and they did a good job. And they, in August, they'll change the rules. Clearly, the problem is it's not the teams, it's FIA and the people that design the regulations, because people were complaining about these current regulations, including Max, like 2 years ago. They were saying these are bad regulations, and they didn't change them then. So if we're going to point the finger at anybody, it's the rule makers.
I agree.
So I don't know how you screw that up. You got all these smart people. Isn't this some of the most intelligent people in the world working in F1? They can't really think through all the problems that might exist with their rule changes.
Yeah. I wonder if they're beta testing them like Apple does. Apple puts out subpar products and then uses the marketplace to beta test them. And then they get feedback from people and they beta test while charging people for the privilege. And it's a great business model. So maybe the FIA is like, we'll just throw it out there on some drivers. Who gives a shit?
Right.
They're immune, right? The FIA never suffers any consequences. It's a dictatorship. MBS, there's not even voting anymore. So he doesn't care.
That's amazing that there's not even voting.
Well, there's voting, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right. Kind of like a lot of is that true of a lot of democracies, I wonder?
No, it's true of Russia.
Yeah.
True of Russia. It's true of autocracies like Hungary, Russia, Belarus, all the stands.
All the stands.
Pretty much all the stands. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. Okay, Afghanistan. They don't have voting there.
No, but they have the Talibans.
They got the Talibans, man.
Hey, that would be a great band name.
The Talibans?
Yeah, it's because it's like you're talented. The Talibans.
Or talent band.
Yeah. Right.
BAND.
Hey, we got all the time in the world. Want to start a band?
Word association. No, I just want to play improv games.
Yeah, why not? All right, listen. Oliver Behrman crash. This is a great question because I had an accident when I was skiing last week, which I think triggered my back. By the way, everyone, you can't look at me right now or hear the pain that I'm going through right now. Like I'm good at masking it.
Yeah.
50 G's was his impact.
Yeah.
Because his closing speed was the difference was 50
What does closing
kilometers.
mean?
So again, the FIA not having any foresight. Team Franco Colapinto is harvesting his energy to get more energy at a certain point in the track. So he's going slower going into a corner.
Mm-hmm.
Behrman is going for it flat out. He's not harvesting energy at this point. So his closing speed, he was 50 kilometers faster than what Colapinto was doing going into a corner. So he had to make an evasion, goes onto the grass, flies into the barriers at 50 Gs. That's 10 times what they normally, like when they corner, they get 5. Do you know what Gs mean?
No.
It's the gravity, how much gravity is on them. So when they go around a corner, it's like 5 times the gravity is pulling their head when they're turning left.
Yeah.
Or when they're braking.
Yeah.
So he hit the wall at 50 G.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing that the body can handle that.
I want more. That was finally an interesting spot in the race.
Oh, you want more crashes?
Yeah, like the olden days. I want more crashes. Everything's so safe. Everything's so friendly. We're using electricity now. And I don't miss the old-timey races because I didn't watch them. What I miss is the risk factor. Because on TV, you can't really tell how fast they're going.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really hear how loud they are.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell how dangerous it is, but you can when Ollie Behrman goes screaming into a wall. Then you're like, okay, you've got my attention.
Mm-hmm. Right? You're touching on what the problem with the rules is the even though you want to see, maybe you don't want to see crashes like that because of the rules, but the rules don't have drivers pushing to the limits. So they don't so you don't get to see the extremeness and of their talent. Like you don't see that as much anymore.
That's true.
And it might even be like, maybe you don't need lots of crashes. You just need to see it look like they're doing more, which is the hard thing. Like more on board stuff makes sense to me because that's when you know, you really it's like they're in a tunnel and like you're like,
sometimes, I mean, on board is good, but sometimes, first of all, half the time they don't put the names up, so you don't know who you're looking at. Second, and I know that's a bit of the blue puck in hockey thing, but I don't know. Secondly, on board, you can't see the what do you call it? You can't see very well. So what you need is the speed. You need something to make it relative. You need like 4D. You know, you need fans blowing air into your face or something.
Your chair rumbling when they hit the curbs.
Yeah, when you feel these vibrations that are going to give Fernando palsy.
Yeah, for you to really understand and have some empathy for him, you want to feel his vibrations.
Yeah.
Well, this is my question for you regarding the 50G Ollie Behrman crash. When was your biggest, or have you had a recent, or maybe it's not? When was your biggest accident like that you could compare to what Ollie Behrman?
I had a spat of accidents when I first started driving. I was good at for the first year, and then I started hitting people, including a woman in a Honda Civic. I was in my Volkswagen Bug, 1965.
Oh, wow. That's a great car.
It was nice, and I rear-ended her, and then it was not nice. And she got out of the car, and she was pregnant. And I was like, fuck, are you kidding me? I hit a pregnant lady? Yeah, that was my worst, I guess. Yeah. She had a miscarriage right there on the road.
Right. No. I like what you're doing there. You were trying to elevate. But have you had any
That's it. What about yours?
Well, sporting accidents? You've not been playing soccer and someone hits you and you're on the ground unconscious or? No, eh? Yeah, I
got out of sports as soon as I could.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yeah.
I've had lots of big accidents. It's because I've done lots of sports.
Yeah.
I've never, knock on wood, I've never been in a car accident where I've been driving. But so maybe I should have been an F1 driver based on just that.
Yeah.
But no, recently I was up at Whistler. It was great. Last Monday skiing, me and Jeff, my childhood friend, were bombing down the Dave Murray downhill, which used to be a part of the world championship downhill skiing circuit.
Yeah.
And we're flying and I'm trying to keep up with him. Jeff has always been faster than me.
Yeah.
I think he waxes his skis every time and gets them tuned in perfect before I'm there.
He waxes his head, that's for sure. Are you guys wearing helmets?
Oh yeah, we wear helmets. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
So we're flying down, and I'm like we're going down this narrow part, and it drops, and then there's a hard left elbow, and I'm
Mhm.
flying, and I'm like, I'm having a blast. I'm like, great, but for whatever reason, my inside edge cats bounces, and
Oh,
I
no.
like smack down to the ground on my hip.
Oh,
So like
God.
that's why I think that's what triggered my chronic
Oh,
back injury.
God.
But it's a sharp corner and it's narrow, and I think I'm going to go into the trees. That's when you get a little
Yeah,
scared, because if you're going into
yeah.
the trees fast,
You're gonna lose.
you might. Yeah, I'm not beating a tree. I managed to stop myself before going off, but I was like, whew. But I was going. I don't know how fast I was going, but I was going fast, and all I thought was like, this is my Ollie Behrman moment.
Yeah.
Why was I thinking about Ollie Behrman?
Just because he's so good looking and young and cool, probably.
But like, how he's not. Formula One shouldn't be that much part of my life that I'm wiping out skiing. That Ollie Behrman's accident, I'm comparing my accident to him.
Did you get a massage after?
No, I should maybe.
What?
Yeah. Well, it was
Why?
okay. It
Why
didn't
don't
bug
you
me
take
until
care of yourself?
it didn't bug me till the morning, and I thought, oh, I'm just stiff from skiing. And then I skied all
Right.
day the next day, and then I was like, oh no, this is a
Oh,
thing.
God.
So then
Yeah.
I did some stretching, and it hasn't recovered, but it's the same chronic spot. And JB, I look for some Robaxacet in my house, because
Yeah.
that's usually what I take when things get super tight. And all I found were
Yeah.
these pills.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what the hell these pills are that
Just
I
take
found.
one at a time, just to
I mean,
see.
they could be
Take one right now,
it
and
could
we'll
be
see.
mushroom. I'm not. No, I got to work today, and I got to pick up my brother from the airport. But I think they're mushrooms. I think they're mushrooms.
The red and purple ones could be mushrooms, not the other one. The other ones could be those kind of look like boner pills.
No, no, I've got those all too, and they're not.
I took what I thought was psyllium husk the
Mhm.
other night, and it was a boner pill.
Oh, that's
And
hilarious.
I didn't put two and two together until I woke up, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
How do you mix? Like, why are you mixing
Because
those
I had
two?
a travel bottle. You know, you don't want to bring all 3 or 4 of your supplements, so you put a few of each in your travel bottle. When you put them in, you know the difference. But months later, no, I know, I got to get one of those things.
Yeah, I think that'd be better.
Yeah, it'd be better.
I mean, I don't think putting all pills into one communal spot is intelligent,
Well, I don't leave it in the bathroom for my kids to dip
right?
into.
I mean, I haven't even thought about that. My God, that's horrible. So now, JB, this is interesting to me. Um, Max has predicted, along with some others, saying these regulations are bad for the sport. They've hollowed out what it is. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? The extreme pushing your car to the limit. And now he's threatening to quit or retire, depending on how you want to interpret that.
yeah, he's not
And
going to do that. That's bullshit.
you think he's not going to, you think he's just talking like this, using his power as a
It's
four-time world
strategy.
champion
Yeah,
and being like, change the rules, you idiots.
it's politicking. Yeah, he loves Nuremberg, but that's no life. That's not a life. He doesn't want to spend more time with his family. Give me a break.
You don't
He
think so?
wants to. No, he already said, "I don't change diapers." And as soon as his child was born, next weekend he was racing cars again. Not an F1
That's true.
on his team.
I
So give me a break. He's politicking,
Right.
and he's worth a lot, and so is Red Bull. And Red Bull and MBS. I wonder if they're not still tight. I mean, I know that was a lot of Christian Horner, but if they're still tight, MBS is going to make sure that Max is happy.
Mhm.
So he's just putting the pressure on them. He's not leaving F1 in 2026. Mark my words.
So we will see him on the circuit 2027. You believe that this is the case?
Yeah,
I like how bold your prediction
absolutely.
is. I'm not so confident, because I've seen F1 drivers walk away from F1, like Nico Rosberg did when he won the world championship. He
Yeah, he
finally
won
beat,
the world championship. We've had
you know,
3 races.
you
You
know.
know, Max, all the pundits, is Max going to leave? He's not going to leave. He'll leave on a high note, but he's not going to leave like a bitch.
I think he might leave at the end of the season. I think he
He's going
might.
to go through all this pain and then be like, I don't like it anymore?
I could see him doing a Kimi Räikkönen. I'm going to go rally car. I'm going to go do the Nürburgring. I'm do GT racing. I'll come back and see what the sport looks like in 2 years. I could see
How
him
did
doing that.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So tell me more about why did Kimi do that, and what were the circumstances?
JB, first of all, you'd love Kimi Räikkönen, so you gotta waste some of your precious time of which you have so much of, and go on YouTube and just
I
go on
do
a
like
YouTube.
him. He's the guy who crashed. He was Ayrton's teammate, right?
No, that's no, no. Kimi
Kimi
Räikkönen.
Räikkönen. He's got blonde hair. He was talking to Martin Brundle in Monaco, describing his crash, and that's where he got the thing in his neck.
That's Mika Häkkinen.
Mika. Okay.
I can
Kimi,
see.
Mika, potato.
Yeah, Räikkönen, Häkkinen. No, Kimi Räikkönen was known as the Iceman of F1 and also the bad boy of F1. Kimi
Ooh, I like
would
that.
party and then
Yeah.
go win a race.
Yes.
Kimi would crash. The car would crash. Like, here's a great thing. I can't remember. It was Monaco. I think he had a mechanical failure in Monaco when he was with McLaren. And so as soon as he just walked out of the garage, walked across the street, and then 10 minutes later, you saw him in his yacht beside the Monaco track drinking champagne or whatever while the F1 cars were whipping by. That's Kimi Räikkönen. And Kimi
Those
Räikkönen,
fins are tough.
oh yeah. And
Yeah.
Kimi Räikkönen probably should have won a couple more world championships because he was that good. But he was also not like, what was great about him was he was good, but he didn't have to, like, I don't want to say people that work harder are, because you should always work hard. But the fact that Kimi didn't work as hard as everybody else and was still as fast as them was the best. Like, he was really,
I love that.
and he was like, his humor was great. And he didn't put up with stuff. So he took a break. He left and then came back 2 years later.
Yeah. Okay. Max he's young enough. How old is he? He's not 30, right? So he could still.
Yeah. Like,
he's 28 or something. He could still, you're right. He could take a couple years off and then come back. But that's still, okay, well, let's go through possible permutations. If Max left at the end of this season, so when would that be? September? When's the last race?
I think it's like beginning of November or something like that.
Beginning of November. So the last race is, where is
Abu
it?
Dhabi.
Mr. Abu Dhabi. So
that might not happen if there's still a war going on. But
oh, that's true. So he ends it in November in maybe a desert. Then he say, "I'm going to take a couple of years off and take a break. This is not simply lovely." And then he goes and does his other stuff. Does his other stuff. Then 2 years from then, so that's 27, 28, let's say 2029, okay? He's 30. He comes back in 2029. What's available to Max? What's the bidding war going to be like? Where is he going to want? Is he going to want to roll in to a car that hasn't been developed with him? He doesn't like that. He likes cars that are developed with him in mind.
I mean, that's a great point. I mean, granted, I think if he went into a car that was, a reasonable, designed car of a stable level, he'll always make it better. I mean, he's that type of driver.
That's true. That's true. Like last year.
Yeah. So
I think he's going to do that this year too. I don't think he's going to leave. I think that Red Bull car is going to get up to speed. It's not going to win, but I think he's going to do what he did last year. I think there's going to be another big comeback by Max.
Mm-hmm.
Because that Red Bull, they need more time.
Mm-hmm.
They went after that championship last year. They didn't work on the 2026 car. They need more time to get up to speed. I mean, look what Lauren Melky's French guy.
Is it Laurent?
That guy. Look what he did last year. Out of nothing.
Yeah.
So count Red Bull out too at your peril. And they have a great second driver.
I know it's great to see Isaac Hadjar hanging on and being. I'm not going to say he's on the same level as Max Verstappen. I mean, how do you say that? Because Max Verstappen's speed demon, but he's doing it.
Yeah.
And he's a nice guy.
And he's a nice, fun young guy.
So what do you think about the safety car coming in? You talked about Kimi Antonelli's clutch problems earlier at the top.
Hmm.
You know, whatever that is causing him to drop back. How do you feel? Because like I'm torn. Because I understand the safety car is a great way to come in, reset the race, if you will, and give it some excitement because perhaps it's not exciting. Although the race was going pretty good as far as I'm concerned. Oscar and Russell were going back and forth.
But you're
It was
making
very
it
good.
sound like they brought their safety car in to make it more exciting.
Well, no, they didn't do it like on that, but because there's been discussions around the safety car. This is my question. There's been discussions about when a safety car comes in and how does it actually affect the race? Because the virtual safety car, where when it comes out, the cars slow down, positions don't change. You have to maintain the gap you had that you were at, right? Safety car resets the order. Like if if you're leading when the safety car comes out, you'd be in the lead. If you go in and pit and you get a free pit stop, that's the question. Should safety cars allow for free pit stops without you losing, position time-wise where you were? That's what I want to ask. Like, what do you think about that? Because it feels like
It depends on the race. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So when it's not working for the people that were ahead, they're going to complain. But other times when it works, they'll be like, yeah. And then the safety car came out and then we pitted. I mean, who doesn't like a cheap pit stop? So
yeah, I mean, it's true.
It's more talking about something that you'll never get everybody to like.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it's the same when they have a red flag, JB. There's some couple rules in there that they could tweak that would be, I think would make it better. I mean, I feel like the most drivers when they get that break when the safety car comes out, they go, "I was lucky," because Kimi said it. I was lucky. I got the safety car.
Yeah.
But then he did what he had to do. He pulled out a 15-second lead over Oscar.
Yeah.
So that car's fast.
That car's fast.
Because it's not like
it's
Oscar
the fastest.
The coolest guy in F1, Oscar.
Oscar's no slouch. Lando's no slouch. Lando's start was pretty good too. So what's the difference between McLaren cars with the Mercedes-Benz power unit? They both start like gangbusters, especially Oscar. And then they don't have what? Top end speed?
Well, I don't understand exactly, but they're learning how to the harvesting and the delivery of power. They haven't fine-tuned that yet. So I guess Mercedes is able to they have a better understanding of the engine they designed, which would make a lot of sense, right?
Yeah. Did McLaren ever make their own PUs?
No. There's been talk for years that McLaren was going to make their own engines, but they've always partnered with Hondas or Mercedes or whatever manufacturer. I mean, I don't know.
Is anyone going to buy that Red Bull engine?
Well, they probably should, but they already have two teams. They have their Racing Bulls and they have them. So they've got Audi's kind of in a tricky boat. Audi's they only have their own data because they're not with another team.
Wait a second. Audi has their own engine.
Right, but they don't have their engine in another team.
Yeah.
So there's benefits. Right. And it's the same with Honda. Honda is only with Aston Martin.
Honda's only with Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Why did Aston Martin go with Honda?
I believe because what a lot of people think that you want to be partnered with an engine company that's only doing they're only doing engines. That's all their job is to do is build the best engine.
Oh, I see.
And they wanted to be the lead team, right? So they're the number one team.
They looked at Red Bull too and thought we should get the Honda.
So they just, I guess Honda didn't quite get. Honda will get it right. There's nothing to worry about there.
Yeah, no, there's nothing to worry about there. And they're going to get Wheatley over there, right? I mean, they're getting the pieces.
It sounds like it.
Why is Jonathan Wheatley quiet now? Is it gardening leave or is it what? Why are they waiting to sign him? Are they negotiating right now?
I don't know what's going on because I mean everyone's saying he's going to end up in Aston Martin. So perhaps he can't do anything. It would be a breach of contract with the current Audi agreement. Like he's obviously not allowed to start work on the Aston Martin car or anything like that. But maybe he's in his agreement. It's like you can't sign or do anything, announce anything, or will you're breach of contract or something. Must be like that.
Imagine moving your family to wherever Audi is.
Swiss,
Germany.
Switzerland.
What? It's in
Yeah.
Switzerland.
Well, they bought.
Oh, for tax reasons, probably.
Yeah, but they also bought
Or maybe
Sauber.
chocolate.
Yeah, I mean they could go
Sauber.
there, but Germans have good chocolate too.
That's true. Yeah.
Now, JB, we glazed over something that I wanted to ask you. Max Verstappen potentially talked about quitting or retiring.
Yeah.
Right. And this was like he's very driven, but he's so successful that why not retire and just experience
Yeah.
everything? He has so much money and time, and he's so young. He could like learn he could learn 4 more trades. Like he could
Yeah.
learn.
Yeah.
That's how much time he has. So
yeah, that's true. I don't think that he wants to go. I think he's enjoying this time apart from his father, which is another reason. And I think he's bored easily. I think he likes racing too much. That he would just be like, I'm upset by these rules, and so I'm going to leave.
Mhm.
It's too early. It's been 3 races. It's too early, and he knows it. He also knows what he's allowed to say and what he's not allowed to say. The FIA has made that very clear. They don't want any swearing. That's important to MBS. But he can denigrate the rules. So as far as being a dictator, MBS is terrible at it. I mean, he's good with getting rid of votes, and democracy. But I mean, he's got his star player going, "This is bullshit," without swearing. And
yeah,
it's
I know
fine.
it's amazing. You're not allowed to swear. Instead, I will just tear apart your idiocy with the regulations.
Like if Ollie, if there was any swearing around Ollie crashing that got out, he could be facing a 10-second penalty for the next race in Miami.
It's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. My part B to that question would be, at one point, JB, hopefully you get to retire. And I hope that I get to slow down too. And my question is, what will you do? What do you think you'll do?
I think slowing down is the operative word, because retirement isn't in it for us. I mean, I'm going to get a half a house in West Vancouver. So
that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's better than a lot of, it could be way worse. So I'm really lucky there. However, we're going to live a long time, probably, right? Like, look how old our parents are. Well, most of your parents. And
so they lived a long time, all of them, really.
We're going to, how old was Stan when he died?
I think it was 86.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, he did well too, even though he fought in a war and smoked cigarettes and drank a lot and womanized. Did he womanize?
Oh, he was
He was a man of the people, wasn't he?
He was a charmer.
He was a charmer.
Oh,
he was a charmer. Yeah. So I'm just going to do psychotherapy until they cart me away, because I don't have to even get up for that. I don't have, my knees don't have to work. I just need cognitive function, which is not scary enough.
See, like I was thinking about like, okay, if I would probably still be doing some form of performing for sure. But then I was like, would I take up a new task to learn? Like, would I want to learn a new skill when I'm older? Like, and then I was like, well, what would that skill be? Because we're middle aged. We're like, and we're on the, we're going. So it's like, I'm like, well, what would I do? And I mean, obviously, if I am going to retire in Italy, when I retire in Italy, I'm going to have to learn Italian. But then I'm like, what else would I learn? Like, would I learn how to play the drums? Like, I love music.
But what's going to make you money? You need more money, don't you?
Well, I will need more money, but I mean, at a certain point, it's just going to be, this is our budget. I mean, and we're not going to have a lot.
Mm.
That's why I got to get out of this country.
Yeah.
We got to get out of here.
You got a good plan. I like your plan because we've got to find a cheaper place. If I'm living in a cheaper place, but all my clientele are in Canada paying Canadian prices, that's part of my business plan.
Yeah, it's a good plan. Yeah.
But it means I'll have to be operating on Canadian time zones.
That's not so good.
And that's going to be a real drag.
Yeah, but also, how many do you need? Listen, I think, JB, you're in a much better.
How many clients do I need?
Yeah, I think you're in a much better situation than you think. I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah, well, I got to pay for a couple kids to get through university.
But if you manage whenever that money comes down the line, you manage that money correctly, you can put it in a certain spot. It's going to be great. You'll be all right. Because I'm
going to put it in a race car team.
Now that's
what
I'm talking about. I'm talking about that. And then you can hire your kids to do something with the F1 team.
And then we can have a podcast.
Yeah.
The world's most expensive podcast.
Yeah. God, I'd love to get Lawrence Stroll on our podcast. He'd talk. Would he even talk to us? Would he just why would I talk to these idiot Canadians? Do you think he would?
No, he'd never talk to us.
How many people are wanting to talk to him?
When I think of Lawrence Stroll, here's what I think. I think tell me how to make billions, Lawrence. Tell me how to do that. And tell me how to bounce back from screw-ups, because I know he's done that. And then I think, you can't teach that shit. No. All this entrepreneurial masturbation that's happening these days, it's not making more millionaires. It's taking money from suckers and making the millionaire richer.
Well, the game is a little rigged. You can I mean, I don't want to be. I don't want to
put it.
I don't want to be a pessimist, but the game. If you got a lot of money behind you, it's a lot easier to do certain. Let's imagine if we had even just $2,000 a month to fund this podcast, you could. It's all pro bono. We can't do it. The only way we can luck out is if people go, oh, these guys are kind of fun, and then all of a sudden some people start listening.
Yeah.
We can't spend money on it.
That makes me think of I've been writing for 25 years.
Yes.
So I think it's a terrible way to make money writing books, but it's an easy way, but it's a cheap way to make product. I don't need much infrastructure but my time and my dedication to write a book. Mm-hmm. And then with Kindle Direct Publishing, you can self-publish. You make the cover in Canva. It's super cheap to enter that.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have a book. You have a book right now.
And I have a book right now.
What is it?
To My Glorious Self, available on Amazon.
Yeah. And you designed that cover.
And I designed that cover. I designed everything.
And it's a great cover.
Oh, and you're in here.
Oh, no.
Oh, I should have asked your permission. Okay, we're learning.
It's okay.
We're learning about stuff. That just dawned on me now, and I've been staring at this thing for years. What is the photo of you? It's an It's Good to Know People photo.
Oh, hey, I'm wearing an It's Good to Know People shirt.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow, you've got some oldies. There it is.
I'm bad. I'm a bit of a hoarder. Oh my goodness. Look at that.
Look how young we were.
We were ahead of our time, no doubt about it.
Look at your hair.
Yeah.
I can still do it. Dark.
I can still do that. Well, yeah, I don't have the darkness.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have the darkness. There's a lot of darkness inside.
I love that we were wearing shirts of ourselves.
Yeah. Before anybody else did, I think.
Before anyone else did. So then Stephen Pressfield, do you know him? He's a writer. Stephen Pressfield. He wrote a great book that you would love. It's a short book. It's called The War of Art. It's how to be an artist. It's very motivational. I love it. And he was talking on a podcast about how, no, actually it was Ryan Holiday was talking about Stephen Pressfield and how he sells like he has perennial bestsellers. He never makes a lot of money at writing.
What
But
does perennial mean?
I'm telling you, every month he sells another 2,000 units, and then 5,000, and then 1,000, and then 10,000. The point is that Stephen Pressfield doesn't have a spike,
right,
and then a drop. He just keeps chugging along, and every year he puts out another book. And they're just sort of. And this Ryan Holiday guy was explaining, like, that's what you want. You want the perennial flower that just keeps coming up every year, not the annual that you have to replant. It's just this. So that's what I'm gunning for with the books is like, I'll do the books, I'll do the therapy, I'll tour my books, I'll go and read them out loud. I'll scratch my performance itch.
Maybe this is what you could be doing more of in retirement. And then that way, when you are in Europe, you're doing what you said, because you were like, I don't want to post up in one place when I retire. I want to be in different places. You need to write books for Europe.
Yeah, you're right.
What do the Europeans want?
What do they want? They want Scandi noir.
Yeah, and cheaper gas.
They want true crime. They want cheaper gas. They want what do they want?
You want an evergreen book, right?
Yeah.
Like an evergreen item is really what you're always wishing for. Something that like you can make it once and it's good for 30 years. That's why music is so cool. That's why musicians and rock bands and all that, I'm so like not envious and like just love it, is because those guys, you make a song, it's around for probably 100 years.
Yeah. But what a horrible industry to try and make money in.
It ain't easy.
Jesus. It ain't easy. And is acting going that way?
Oh, I feel like everyone now has to work for free.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. Like everyone,
even though you're a part of a union.
Yeah. That's what it feels like. It feels like, and that's just, and that applies to all arts. Okay. So I'm in a band. Okay. I'm basically have to work for free. I have to do live shows. I have to practice for free. I have to do social media for free. I have to do all these things for free. Maybe AI is going to help. And I think it probably will to a certain extent, but you're still
How will it help?
Certain tasks.
With marketing, tasks.
Marketing and certain things. Now you don't have to spend as much time on it.
But you still have to, one more question. Sorry. I know we're off track. You still don't get paid to sell your music. No one pays for music anymore.
Yeah. Well, okay. I know we're a little off topic, but here's something interesting. So all these platforms, whether it's Facebook or whether it's Spotify, there's a serious danger that they're going to become not valuable, right? So there was this guy who made all this AI music. It's all like relaxing music. It's all like stuff you just put on in the background and work, clean the house, all that sort of stuff. It's like ambient or groovy or like soft jazz and all this, or techno. Okay, so you would, like, if it came on and you were streaming whatever you were streaming on your Spotify, you would not know. Doesn't even matter who it is. He made hours and hours and hours of it, tons of it.
Really? Using AI.
Using AI. Puts it up on Spotify. Okay. Now it's on Spotify. Then he went and got a whole bunch of iPhones and Google phones and whatever. I had thousands. I don't know. And streamed his own music over and over and over from all these different phones.
What?
And made like $8 million or something. So,
oh man, that's so smart, and yet still really hard.
Yeah,
like where do you get all those phones? And then you gotta program them and get everything going and charge them, and then every day you're waking up.
They're in a warehouse. You have to rent the warehouse.
Yeah, you're fiddling with them. Are you hiring people to press play?
Yeah. So, like, insane. I mean, I don't. So what that is, though, what's crazy about that is there's a few questions that come up. One is, well, now if you're a real artist, you're competing against somebody's who's gaming the system, and all power to him. He gamed the system, right?
Yeah.
But now you're competing, and then it's also you're like, well, Spotify doesn't care who listens, right? They don't care. So that
No.
means now all of a sudden you're like, so bots are liking your videos on Facebook. Bots
Right.
are listening to your music. They just want the numbers to sell to the advertisers. But then the advertisers are going to be like, yeah, but they're just bots.
Yeah.
So why am I
Right.
advertising to bots? So you're just like, it feels like the whole, like all this, the technology that we're coming up against right now, it feels like it's going to eat itself.
It feels like the antidote to that is to absolve. How can we absolve ourselves of this? Where we're making a product so good that people find it without having to find it on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And where we can just retire to Italy with a dumb phone.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, maybe just a landline. Wouldn't that be
Well,
great?
oh, I asked Apple when I was dealing with all my iPhone problems and iCloud problems, and why don't they call themselves iProblems? It should just be iProblems. And I was like, I want to use my landline. I want a landline to verify. I don't want to have a cell phone to verify. And they're like,
Yeah,
nope,
there aren't any.
you can't. We will not. Apple, it's SMS text verification. You will not
Right.
be able to use a landline to verify. So I'm forced now to have an iPhone
Yeah.
or a Google Pixel or whatever.
And when you go and try and order a landline, they don't exist. Like you can get a phone that sits on your desk,
Yeah.
but it still hooks into the internet.
Yeah.
There's no
it's not-
phone line anymore.
No. It's. I mean, we are
when
old.
it all
There's no
goes
doubt about it.
down, when it all goes down, look for an old person with
Yeah.
legacy landline phone.
Yeah.
If you still have someone alive to call.
Yeah, if they haven't converted them and forced them to go digital. Anyway, so so here's the positive of all of that is I believe, and this is based on a conversation I had with some audience members at my the David Milcher The Pure Nonsense show.
Oh, I want to hear more.
Once a month on Wednesdays, downtown Vancouver. This guy works in large language models, very smart man, was saying that he believes that AI will be the demise or potentially the demise of all these social media platforms that he thinks are toxic and all this sort of stuff. And it's going to mess around with what he's called the digital realm of art. He calls it it's like a digital art space that we're in, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But people are going to want real, and art's going to become localized. So I was like, that's a really optimistic way to look at it. Like now people you can be on your phone and see some cool guy from Germany doing some cool digital art and music and whatever. But when you really want to experience art, and you're going to walk down the street and you're going to have to find it. So people focusing on their communities again, creating space and music, and I don't know, read your essays in a coffee shop and do it. That's
It can't come fast enough.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I want to live in a place where, and Vancouver's pretty good, where I could go to like 5 or different places of centers and do shows.
Well, that's not rural Italy. I mean, I know you've thought about that.
Oh yeah, I have. Italy would be a slightly different thing. I would be doing I would be flying to London and Germany or training to these places and planning once a month. I'm going to go to England and then I would plan a tour like that. I would just do that for 10 years until I don't want to do it anymore.
That sounds good. Now, if you're not established in those markets, isn't it easier, better? Won't it be faster to get established by living in that market?
Yeah, I should be gone tomorrow. Bye.
Right.
I should leave tomorrow. I mean, Christina's working on her passport. I said, the sooner you get your passport, sweetheart, babes.
An Italian passport.
Yeah. The sooner you get that means we can make decisions quicker and we can choose to move when we want to move. Because
so you won't have an Italian passport. How will that help you?
I'm married, so I'll be able to I just apply for like a whatever that's called, there's like not permanent resident. Oh yeah, it would be PR. I think it would be.
Oh, I see. So would you have to have a plan? Would you have to say like, yeah, we're moving there.
Yeah, well, if
That's
she's an
why I
Italian,
want this.
yeah, if she's an Italian citizen and she's like, I want to move back to Italy, they can't not let her move back to Italy. Now, if I'm a
Right.
Canadian without an Italian wife, they're gonna be like, what are you doing?
Right. Right. Right.
Get a special whatever visa to work. So that would be ideal.
Yeah.
It would be ideal to have that happen sooner. And you're right. I need to go there and start doing stuff. That's why I got to do some European improv festivals and do some teaching and all that sort of stuff.
You got to go to Boom Chicago in Amsterdam and teach and do shows.
Wouldn't that be fun? Boom
They would
Chicago.
love you there.
I like
Have you ever played there?
I've never been there.
Oh, well, Amsterdam's terrific.
No, I've
Bit
been to
rainy.
Amsterdam.
Oh,
Been
you've
to
been.
Amsterdam.
So you love it.
Oh yeah, I had a blast.
I love it there too.
How do you not like Amsterdam?
Well, here's the thing. Like I've never lived there, so I'm sure there'd be stuff where you go, oh fuck, this is annoying.
Well, I
Like
feel
red
like
tape.
Yeah, I feel like for you it's the staircases.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah.
narrow, they're steep.
Yeah. No, but those are good for me.
Okay.
Those are good for me. Those keep you living. It's just going down them that I'm
They're
afraid that I might
terrifying.
fall.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like
For me, it's the rain there.
right.
I'm not really into rain anymore.
Yeah, you got to go, and I know you say you're worried about the sun too, but I think you got to go Mediterranean, and you got
See
to
what I
live.
mean? Like I'm a prince. I
Your
don't like it
problem.
too rainy. I don't like it too sunny. No, too hot. I like sun.
Well, then it sounds like you should move back to Vancouver.
No, too much rain and
Okay.
bridges.
So what are we talking? How many milliliters a year can you handle?
Can we do days?
Sure.
50.
50 days. So you're going Mediterranean, brother.
But
Yeah.
where? Where isn't it too hot? Like
Well,
northern Italy?
Northern Italy would probably work. Like if you lived on
That's
the
not Mediterranean, is it?
well, I mean, isn't it all? But yeah, Northern Italy, but also like if you lived where is it? Like Turin. Like so you're not on the
Yeah.
coast, you're on the interior, you're near the
Yeah.
Alps. I bet you
Yeah.
that's I mean, I
Okay,
don't
I'm
know.
going to check out Spain. I'm going to check out Portugal again.
Mhm.
But I just read a book. What was it called? It was really interesting about digital nomads living in Berlin. Perfection is what it was called. And it was written by an Italian. And then they go to Lisbon. And it was about how this digital nomadism feels really good at times
Mhm.
because you can work wherever you want and you can get, and there's a community of other nomads there in Berlin and Lisbon, but you don't have a home. Like you're anchorless. And because the money isn't so great, you're taking your rental apartment and you're Airbnb-ing it. So you're living out of bags because you want to keep the place clean. And then you're leaving. Then you make great money. And then you get to travel. You get to go to Italy for a month. But then you want to keep your costs down. So you're getting an Airbnb online without actually seeing it in real life. Then you get there and it's a shithole and a basement. And it just sounds like a young person's game. So then I go back to, well, if I want to retire to Italy, I don't want to have some sort of peripatetic lifestyle of where I'm living out of a bag again.
God, you are complex.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
I am.
complex. Like I think you need to come up with a list and you got to write it down and you got to write down what it is that you really like and categorize it
This
and
is
have
good.
it
This is
like
good advice.
okay, categorize. You might need
Yeah, a
I don't
list
know, you
of
might
what?
well,
Like,
here's how I'm getting to it. Because this is how I've been trying to make decisions. It's like, okay, what do I need for like creative fulfillment? And what could those things could
yeah,
be? Being a movie
writing
star,
books,
right?
writing books.
I'm not going to be a movie star, or maybe who knows? But you know what I'm saying? Like, what is
Yeah,
it? Okay, then there's like living. What do I want to do for just like living in general, being fulfilled?
yeah,
It's why I moved back to Vancouver when I lived in Toronto. I liked Toronto, but I liked what Vancouver and British Columbia offered more for living,
right. Yeah,
right? Because like Toronto for me, I was like, oh, it's hard to get out of Toronto and get like some good nature, like easily. It's a
yeah,
hard city to get out of. Vancouver, Pretty easy to get out of.
I like to be around people, not
Yeah.
so much nature.
So then, and then what's another, I don't know, what else do you like? How do you foresee when you're older, what you think you will actually need? And make a list. And then you
Yeah.
go down and then you can go, well, what places might offer that? And probably you'd have to have a list of where might you want to live.
Yeah.
So my lists of places where I want to live are quite simple. A, they need to be more affordable than Canada. And so that's like on the list. But also it's like I want to live somewhere where it's going to be warmer, it's going to be sun. I want to be able to swim in an ocean. I want to be able to swim in a river or a lake. I want to be able to eat well, right? Like, my brother goes to Belize a lot. Now, Belize is a great place, but if you want to talk about eating well, I mean, yeah, you're eating well. Like there's fresh food and stuff like that, but the cuisine isn't like Italy.
It's not a food scene. Yeah, right.
And then
Is
to
that
get
who you're
out of
picking
there,
up today?
yeah.
You're picking up Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like my friend's in Nicaragua right now, and it's like beautiful. And I was like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, how long are you there for? He's like 3 months. I'm like, oh, that's amazing. And then part of me's like, Nicaragua, maybe what's that like? And I was like, no, but then to get out of Nicaragua, like Europe has done very well. I mean, you can experience so much.
Yeah. I want to try that. I'm into that. How
Now,
are we doing on the structure?
Well, we're definitely off a little bit, although we are talking about middle-aged things, so that's good. I did want to bring up a nugget about the Japanese Grand Prix because you were talking, you like this idea of like a little bit of history about F1 and some stuff. And it just so happened, I always remember this story about Mika Salo. Now, Mika Salo was another Finnish driver, not to be confused with Mika Häkkinen or Kimi Räikkönen. Okay. I thought you might like this because you talked about buying an F1 team,
yeah,
to make money. So this Mika Salo never tested an F1 car, never raced an F1 car. Okay, he was a good racer, but never done any of these things. Lotus was running out of money. In fact, they were bankrupt, and in order to do 2 races, they needed money. They needed cash. So Mika Salo, who's in Japan racing in a Japan series, knows this. They're like, they might not be able to start the race. Like Lotus, like we got. So they're like, how do we race these 2 races? I don't know quite how it all happened, like how they all like connected or whatever.
Yeah.
But Peter Collins, I guess, was like, we need some money. He's a race car driver at the Formula 3000 in Japan. He's driven the circuit before, but in a different type of car. So he calls this guy up and says, hey, you can race. If you have money, you can race my car. Like, I don't know, whatever it is, like 3 weeks from now or 2 weeks from now. I don't know. I have to look that up more. But and so he's like, okay, I'll get the money. Mika Salo's like, I'll get the money. So Mika Salo apparently sponsorship. I don't know. It's not clear. In a Donald Duck backpack stuffed with cash.
Where did he get the money?
Maybe he sold part of his house. Maybe he got a Finnish.
Is that what somebody would do? Like they want to race so bad in that Formula 1 that they would remortgage the house or something in order to just get one drive.
Yes. George Russell's parents, if I remember correctly, did another second mortgage on their house to fund his racing career.
Wow.
So, Lewis Hamilton, his dad, I don't know the whole, like, you should look into some of these dads because you're a dad. You might enjoy that, like, sort of,
the dads of F1.
Yeah. Like,
and the moms.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But isn't that crazy? So he showed up at the Japan Grand Prix and dropped down a backpack and they opened it up and it's filled with cash.
Wow. And so the team used that for all the, like they
tires, whatever, like
tires, fuel,
pay the pit stop crew. Like,
and how did Mika do?
Well, back then they had way more cars on the grid. So he started 25th.
Wow. They had 25 cars or 26?
Yeah, they had more. Believe it or not, JB, they had so many teams. Teams would have to qualify, and if they didn't reach a certain speed, they wouldn't be allowed to race. So there'd be teams that would travel to all these countries, bring all this stuff, and then not be fast enough and then not get to race.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Crazy.
Mika Salo ended up finishing 10th.
Holy shit.
Never
So was it
drove an
only-
F1 car. Never
Wow.
tested it. Never nothing.
Was it just the top 10 that made points?
No, back then I think it was the top 6.
They had more cars, but less cars made points. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's too bad. All right.
Yeah, interesting, right? Now
Yeah.
now there's like everyone gets a point. Hey, you showed up.
Although not poor Lance Stroll.
No, he's yet to finish a race this year.
Another
think
DFS in
Yeah,
DNF.
He'll finish in Miami.
He'll finish in Miami.
Yeah,
That's
Okay,
like
JB.
yeah.
it's an hour, right? Yeah,
And
it's,
did
it's
we
been
do
an hour.
everything on your list?
I think so.
Oh, well done.
You know, we got a bit of time here, JB, between the big break. So, you know,
Yeah.
I always like your deep dives into stuff. So
The
if you got-
next deep dive I want to do is on how F1 teams move around the world.
Oh, it's a good deep dive.
So for our next episode, get ready for you're going to learn more about moving than you ever thought you wanted.
You're going to make logistics
Sexy again. Yeah, make logistics sexy again.
right?
That's not quite as cool as MAGA, and I know you're a big fan. MLSA.
I'm in.
Anyways, we'll work on our slogan.
All right, JB, I'm going to probably go buy some Rebaxa set.
Okay, good luck with your back. I hope you get a massage. I can recommend the ones in Chinatown.
Okay.
Did we talk about that?
No, we didn't talk about Chinatown massages. I
got a surprise hand job.
Oh, but that's in Toronto you're talking about.
Yeah, but
Yeah, okay.
Oh, you got a Chinatown there.
All Chinatowns.
You got a Chinatown there.
Here's my thing with Chinatowns.
Oh, you got a thing with Chinatowns.
They're overstimulating.
It's too much.
They're just like, it's like what's hanging in the window?
I love
what is
it.
I want to try it. I want to eat what is that thing you're baking? What's that weird smell? I've never smelled that before in my life.
Yeah.
The red, the yellow, the gold, the things shaking, you know, like
oh my God. I'm so hungry right now.
Oh, me too.
I would love some Chinese food.
Oh.
Anyways, on that note, ukwai lai bumbao, meng xie ya ni.
Great. Thank you very much.